sure everyone has their favorite word, what the word that that kind of, you know, that the word that represents a specific part of the essence of who they are. And for me, my favorite word is intrigue. Intrigue is where curiosity meets action. It's where I really want to explore. I want to understand more. I want to go in and see how things work. I think this sort of started with my engineering upbringing, I guess, with my dad being an engineer. Yeah, and I'd really like to pay respect right now in this video. That wasn't my intention at all, but I really would like to pay respect to my mum and to my dad. I've been a little shit sometimes, using my dad's words. And, you know, they have let me do that. They've let me explore. And sometimes going, Jason, what are you doing? And, you know, this is when I'm in my 30s or 40s. And, you know, but also when I was in my 20s and in my teens. But anyway, I don't think I'm ever going to stop being a little shit sometimes, and I really hope that I don't, because part of what I really like to do is I really like to push people. I like to push their edge. I like to push my edge. You know, there's this quote that, you know, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. For me, there's that proverbial of you need to jump off the edge and trust that you have a parachute, and that never really resonated with me too much, because that just means you like fall all the way back down again, and then yeah, you might land safely as opposed to getting smashed on the rocks and all of that jazz. But I really resonate a lot more with the jump off the cliff and fall and trust until you realize that you have wings that can hold your weight and they can take you to the skies. It's a cool little exercise. Okay. We're going to do a little exercise now. So I invite you to join me in this exercise and take a deep breath and just breathe in and feel and open up your spine, like really extend your spine and feel that space, you know, where it feels like your head is being drawn up and you're a puppet, and so just sort of extend it right out, and then rotate your shoulder blades a little and imagine that you actually have these wings. They can be angel wings, they can be reptilian dragon wings, they can be butterfly wings, dragonfly wings, whatever you like, you know, whatever your wings look like. But let them out, let your wings out. Check it out. Check out what your wings look like. And I've gone through different journeys with this, and there have been times where I'd done this practice a couple of times before, and I opened up my wings, and I realized that they were actually really damaged, that my wings were kind of a little bit broken, and that there were feathers that were missing, and or at times when I had more like dragon wings, that there were big holes in them. And yeah, it relates to where I'm at, you know. There are times, like I've talked about before in the videos, where, dude, I can be so harsh on myself, and that gets portrayed in what my body looks like physically and what people can see, but it also is represented by what my body looks like when I look at it in a more energetic, etheric kind of perspective, you know. And sometimes I feel tiny, sometimes I feel huge, man, sometimes I feel so big, and yeah, and sometimes I feel broken, And the little exercise that I do is I go to that space, I close my eyes, I feel my body, and I take some deep breaths and I let it out. I make some sounds, breath, sound and movement. 1, 2, 3, breath, sound and movement. That's what it takes to move. It's all about vibration. I go into that place and I feel what my body feels like, and I breathe through it. I think one of the biggest gifts is awareness. And awareness can be so many different things. Awareness can be the fact that, sometimes I can be so mean to people and say really shitty stuff. And I can say really shitty stuff sometimes about people when they're not there. Nowhere near as much as I used to. Like me and a friend of mine, we used to be such bitches. She and I, we would get together and just talk shit about people. And it was so much fun, and it was so immature, and I loved it, man. It made my little girl feel so much better because she felt really shit about herself. And you might go, little girl? You've got a little girl, aren't you a guy? Well, yeah, but this is the thing, one of the things that I learned from Bruce Lyon is that we all have the masculine and feminine within us, right? So there is this healthy, strong man that I can be, and there's this little immature boy that I can be, and there's this gorgeous, radiant woman that I can be, and this little scared girl that I can be, and I'm all of that, If I am all things, what does it feel like to be that? Can I feel like what it feels like when I am with someone that I'm angry at? Can I feel what it feels like to be in their place? Can I feel what it feels like to be in the place of the person who's scared? Can I feel what it feels like to be in the place of the person who is radiant and alive and joyful and playful? And can I witness all of that? Can I have awareness around that? Because when I have awareness, I have the ability to witness. And sometimes it can take a really long time. Sometimes it can take a week for me to realize, and usually if it takes that long, just because someone goes, oh, last week when you were talking to such and such, you were being a bit of a dick. And it's like, really? I was, huh? Sorry. Probably should say sorry to them, huh? And then, you get to that place where it's a few days and you remember yourself, and then, it's a few hours afterwards, and sometimes it gets to the point where it's like straight after, it's like, oh my God, I've just done it again. Sorry about that. And then, sometimes with some things, when I'm really, really, really lucky, I get to that point where it's like, no, I'm not going to say that. And then it gets to the place where I don't even resonate with wanting to say that anymore. And it all comes from awareness. To try and tune this back into what that means for a digital nomad and having an awesome freedom lifestyle is you don't know what's going to happen when you live this dynamic kind of lifestyle. So you need to be aware of, am I responding or am I reacting? And the more that I can come to a place of being authentic in my response, it gives me the ability to have more freedom in the moment. It gives me the ability to have a greater level of awesomeness in my lifestyle. So, I think awareness really clearly leads to having an awesome freedom lifestyle. So, you're invited to have your awesome freedom lifestyle. and I'd love to help you get there. Enjoy.